Hi everybody, it's Monday 19th of June and I'm in my studio about to give you an update of where I'm at on my artwork. Wedding gown for a woman to marry her garden. There it is, set up in the middle of the front room here. Once again, this is just a temporary arrangement. Those struts along the hemline are only put in there temporarily for the purpose of showing how the artwork is going along. So I'll just do a quick walk around and then we'll have a look at some close details. I calculate I'm around about 50%, no, not 50, no, far more than that. I'm actually about 3/4 finished at this stage. Now here's the back, and you can see this large quarter at the back here where I have not done any embellishment yet, working my way down from the top at the moment. And I'm really apologising about the light once again. It's bad. I'm not really set up for doing professional style videos in this studio, so I hope to improve it somewhat later on, but today this is what you're getting. Okay, there we go. We had a bit of a quick walk around and now I'm going to come back and talk about some of the details here. Now obviously I have this on my plastic mannequin, so you can see how the whole piece is going to go together with the headdress on. Now I'm just going to start down here and show you some of the pieces of the motifs that I've created down there. Okay, so there's quite a lot of crocheted patches in here. I just love working with those crocheted squares. Somewhere at some time I bought a whole bag with maybe 200 of those crocheted squares, and that had obviously been recovered from a blanket or perhaps several blankets, and I really love to cut them up and use them in all sorts of textile artistry. This piece through the middle, I've knitted this out of some of that lovely fringy wool that was really popular maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. It was the fad. This orange stuff, maybe from the 70s or 80s, I think. A textile that I bought in a nearby town, Nundle. It had been cut up into patches for a patchwork quilt. Now up here I've used some more of the crocheted squares here, up here on the bodice. I made this big flower motif under the bust on the side of the garment there, and another really big one down here near the hemline with the same sort of little petal kind of feature around the sides there, and this spiraling piece through the center there is simply gathered up, just gathered. Now a lot of this I'm still to build layers of stitching up over. Now the way that the dress is going to be put on and off either a living human model or on the display is through this zip. It's a really long one, and it's actually an open-ended zip, sort of a jacket or coat zip, which is an open-ended one. I don't want to pull that open at the moment because the garment's quite likely to fall off the model. So it's really great working with this open-ended zip because it means that I can make the textile completely flat so that I can put it under the sewing machine while I'm stitching into it. If I had used just an ordinary zip, it means that I would be confined to trying to get into the garment as a tube rather than a flat piece. Quite difficult to do. Alrighty, so we're just going around the side here again, looking at what's going on down here towards the hemline. Yeah, so I'm going to come around to the front again, a few more close-ups of the surface, and as I'm getting up to about 7 minutes of videoing here, I think I've given you a pretty good update of where things are at on the 19th.